Yeah, so WISEKEY is, my company is analyzing a lot of artificial intelligence. We have been using AI to analyze data, to simplify processes, to reduce complexity. And in that study, we realized that the way you code algorithms is very important because you can bring your own bias into the algorithm, and the algorithm can start to do things that you don't want the algorithm to do. So we started to study all that and interview a lot of people at the Davos, at the World Economic Forum, and the events that we organized. And we came with the conclusion that there is a need for creating some kind of watchdog on AI. And the book, what it does is basically raises the issue on how the human, the transhuman code, the man that is evolving into a transhuman, will need to be integrated into this new AI algorithm. So the code is the human code, is our emotions, the things that are unique to humans, the way we process things, that they need to be included into the AI algorithm. So basically AI for the moment, what they do is to analyze what humans do, and what we want the AI to analyze what a human is. Because by respecting humans, we will ensure that humans can continue to be in control. Otherwise, those very powerful algorithms will basically replace us, and this is not at all the objective, obviously. Yes and no. I think if we do it as we have done it in the past with many other dangerous technology, you know, because the world is full of dangerous technology like nuclear weapons, like biochemicals, then could destroy us also if we let the biochemical weapons to be used by anybody. Or so AI is a weapon, you know, and if we weaponize AI and we go against people and countries, this could be very dangerous. But if we do the same thing, we did it on traditional arms into AI, and we put monitoring systems, and we make standards, and we create a watchdogs, then we'll analyze the code to make sure that the code is clean against any activity against humans, then we will use AI in the same way we use other complex technologies without destroying us. Yeah. But if not, yes, we should be afraid if that doesn't happen. If combined, can be very, very dangerous and very complex for any person to understand. So you need to use international standards, international organizations, people that they are there to regulate, and you need some regulation on it. It cannot be just do whatever you want and pay the consequences of it. I mean, banks are an analog structure of the pre-digital age, you know, so Fintech is the digital version of this analog version, which is the bank, you know, the brick and mortars, the walls, the safe, the notes, the paper, the bonds, the loans, all that is now being digitalized. So Fintech offers to the bank the possibility to reinvent themselves. You don't need to lose the bank, because a bank is a trusted, and the trust needs to be there with the bank, because again, for the same reason, you cannot trust anybody or anyone. In the same thing happens with Fintech. I mean, a Fintech startups cannot have the same trust level than your national bank or your major bank. So banks, they need to reinvent themselves. I think the arrival of cryptocurrencies, blockchain technology will allow banks to be more transparent. So we understand how a bank process things, and as a consequence make banks more efficient and less expensive, because banks are still very expensive from the consumer. Blockchain basically reduces the need to have intermediation between two people, because through the ledgers you can send money, Bitcoin, to one person to another, and that transaction will be recorded on the ledger, and you don't have to pay a commission to the bank. The banking system and the fintech technologies that they continue in the post-banking revolution has been still acting as intermediaries. So I think fintech itself can be disrupted by blockchain, and blockchain itself will in the future be disrupted by other technologies. So we need to teach banks on adopting. Some of them, they are in a protection mode. We are from Switzerland. There's a lot of banks in Switzerland. The entire country is full of banks. Many of them, they are disappearing, the smaller ones, right? So only the big ones survive, because you need to have several size in order to be able to survive in our day. So fintech is going to continue disrupting this process. But there are many opportunities combining fintech with blockchain technology. So I think what is going to happen is that the convergence of technology is accelerating. We are like we were in the Middle Age when mathematics, engineering, Leonardo da Vinci is going to be actually 500 years old this year. And so 500 years ago, there was a convergence of architecture, design, mathematics, geometrics that created the Middle Age revolution. Now we are entering into the fourth industrial revolution. So things are going to be accelerating. We are actually in the frontier between the third and the fourth. So what is going to change is that humans are going to be less in control of everything we do. We're going to need to use those very powerful agents, then they're going to help us to become more effective in the things we do. So we're going to improve our efficiency. We're going to have more freedom because we're going to have less need to work. So it's going to increase our time free to read, to study, to reinvent yourself in case you want to do. It's going to be also more collaborative because we are bringing more people into the digital economy. The idea is to bring 6 billion people with digital identification so they can contribute. We're going to be using AI to anticipate things that is going to happen. So we're going to be able to solve many complex issues like cancer, like sickness, and we don't know yet how to solve it. With this algorithm, we're going to be able to do so. And the machines are going to be very present in our life. I think in 10 years' time, there's going to be a total disruption. When we are in the full fourth industrial revolution, I think many of the processes that we know, like normal processes, are going to disappear and are going to be replaced by digital process. People will have a different need to find a job. You will not have a job. You will have tasks. And companies will buy you to become a consumer. So they will pay your studies, they will pay your house, and they pay your car, provided that you only consume with them during your entire lifetime. So we're going to become like consumer objects of very big corporations. And some people will like to do that, others people will want. They will say, no, we don't want. So we always maintain the human uniqueness and the human disruption. So we will always convert the society into a better society. I think I am very optimistic. There are people that are very pessimistic about where we are going. I think we are optimistic, provided that we don't lose the human center, which is the entire subject of the book. Then the human needs to be in the center of gravity. So whatever we do is to enhance humanity and to make us better and more performant, not to disrupt us and becoming robots, right? So, but that needs some serious international cooperation between multi-stakeholders to make sure that we're going towards that objective. Yes, Poland, first of all, the organizers are bringing the subject that I am studying, which is the human in the center of gravity on the internet. So I was attracted by the focus of the event. Poland is a future country for technology. I think Poland has all the ingredients to make a very sophisticated hub on technology, especially when we call algorithmic technology. And I was very curious to also meet companies here that they are developing technology, because that's what WISEKEY does, partners with European companies, and we take that technology and we make it international available to our clients. I think, I participate in a lot of conferences, and the model, I think, is still humans needs to meet personally. We have even studied the effectiveness of doing a WhatsApp communication or a Skype call versus meeting. And even if you are in a very sophisticated video conference facility, meeting a person, the human contact is very important. So that's what I say today in my presentation. Conferences will still survive on the fourth industrial revolution. I think what will change is the model on how you engage people.